What if you could step outside your door and pick lemons, figs, cherries, even bananas, all from pots sitting on your porch? No acreage, no orchard, just a few containers and a little curiosity. According to the USDA Urban Horticulture Report 2023, more than 40% of American gardeners now grow food in pots or raised beds, often because space is limited. And the Cornell Small Space Agriculture Study 2022 found that compact fruit trees grown in containers can produce up to 80% of what full-size trees yield, using only half the water. Last spring, a retired couple in Oregon decided to test that idea. They filled their balcony with 10 potted trees, lemons, cherries, and blueberries, using nothing more than recycled buckets and a bag of compost. 6 months later, their mornings began with fresh lemonade and the smell of cherry jam simmering on the stove. Now it's your turn. Let's explore 10 fruit trees that thrive in pots and small spaces, where science meets sweetness and every harvest feels like a miracle in miniature. Crop number 1, the fig tree. Figs are one of nature's greatest contradictions, tropical in spirit, yet perfectly happy living on a patio in a pot. They've been cultivated for over 10,000 years, cherished by monks, Mediterranean farmers, and backyard dreamers alike. But here's the secret most gardeners don't know. Figs actually prefer being confined. According to the University of Florida Horticulture Study, 2023, fig trees thrive under root restriction. When their roots are slightly bound, they focus their energy on fruiting rather than spreading. That means growing figs in a container doesn't limit them. It supercharges them. To start, choose a 15 to 20-gallon pot with plenty of drainage holes. Fill it with rich, well-draining soil and water deeply, but infrequently. Allowing the soil to dry slightly between waterings encourages the fruit to concentrate its sugars, giving you that deep, honeyed sweetness figs are famous for. Try dwarf or cold hardy varieties like Petite Negra or Chicago Hardy, both bred for compact spaces, yet capable of producing up to 100 fruits per season, even in northern climates. Beyond their beauty and yield, fig trees offer something deeper, a sense of companionship. They grow quickly, forgive neglect, and reward care tenfold. Watching those soft green fruits swell and darken feels like a quiet conversation between patience and reward. If figs are the taste of ancient sweetness reborn in small spaces, the next tree brings pure sunshine to your doorstep, citrus that thrives even indoors. Crop number 2, Meyer lemon. Picture this. It's the middle of February. Outside, the world is gray and still, but from your kitchen window drifts the scent of lemon blossoms, bright, sweet, and full of promise. That's the quiet magic of a Meyer lemon tree in a pot. According to the UC Davis Citrus Research Center, 2022, Meyer lemons are naturally semi-dwarf and self-pollinating, which makes them perfect for container life. Unlike standard citrus, they thrive in temperatures between 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, making them just as happy indoors by a sunny window as they are on a summer patio. Start with an 18 to 20-inch wide pot filled with well-draining citrus soil. Feed the tree twice a month with a balanced organic fertilizer, something gentle and steady. When frost threatens, simply roll the pot inside. Lemons tolerate low humidity surprisingly well, and with a few hours of daily light, they'll continue to thrive. Once established, a single tree can yield 50 to 100 lemons each year, easily producing $150 to $200 worth of fruit annually. That's savings you can taste. Fresh zest for your tea, your fish, your favorite desserts. But beyond the fruit, it's the experience that stays with you. The glossy leaves, the scent of blossoms in winter, the golden fruit against green. It's a little piece of California's sunshine wherever you live. If lemons bring light and energy into your home, the next tree brings beauty and grace, one that blooms like a spring garden and tastes just as sweet. Crop number 3, dwarf cherry. Few sights in the garden rival a cherry tree in bloom. Clouds of pink-white blossoms swaying gently in spring. And for container gardeners, dwarf cherries make that beauty accessible without the need for sprawling orchards or tall ladders. The Michigan State University Fruit Tree Study, 2021, found that compact pie cherry varieties such as Romeo and Juliet perform exceptionally well in containers as small as 10 to 15 gallons. These hardy cultivars are bred for limited root systems, producing consistent yields without outgrowing their pots. Give your potted cherry tree at least 6 hours of sunlight daily, and keep it in a well-draining mix enriched with compost. Most dwarf cherries are self-fertile, meaning they can produce fruit alone, but pairing two compatible varieties will nearly double your yield. Expect up to 10 to 15 pounds of fruit per year, more than enough for pies, jam, or simply eating fresh from the branch. Protect the ripening fruit with a light net. Birds love cherries as much as we do. And here's what makes them special. Before they bear fruit, they bloom. In early spring, when most gardens are still asleep, your cherry tree bursts into life. A miniature festival of flowers that signals renewal and abundance. Growing a dwarf cherry in a pot isn't just about the harvest. It's about witnessing beauty that fits perfectly into your small space. If cherries feed the heart with beauty, the next tree nourishes both body and soil. A fruit that gives as much to the earth as it does to you. Crop number 4, blueberries. There's something deeply satisfying about stepping outside, reaching down, and picking a handful of sun-warmed blueberries, sweet, tart, and bursting with life. They're not just a fruit, they're a memory maker. And the best part? Blueberries love living in pots. According to the Cornell Blueberry Soil Study, 2022, blueberries thrive when grown in soil with a pH between 4.5 and 5.5, conditions that can be tricky to maintain in the ground but simple in containers. Growing in pots means complete control over soil acidity and drainage, the two keys to blueberry success. Start with a mix of peat moss, pine bark, and perlite to create a light, acidic base. Feed monthly with fertilizer designed for acid-loving plants. Compact varieties like Top Hat or Peach Sorbet stay under 3 feet tall yet can yield 3 to 5 pounds of fruit per plant. Easily $20, $30 worth of organic berries every season. A hidden advantage? Portability. You can move pots to follow the sun, shelter them from storms, or even bring them indoors during unexpected frosts. This mobility keeps plants productive year after year, no matter your climate zone. Beyond their beauty and ease, blueberries offer proven health benefits. The Harvard Nutrition Review, 2023, reports that regular blueberry consumption supports heart and brain health due to high levels of anthocyanins, the antioxidants that give the berries their rich color. Each berry is a burst of sweetness that nourishes both body and spirit, a reward for your patience and care. If blueberries nurture your health, the next container crop will nurture your wallet, a fruit tree so generous it practically pays for itself. Crop number 5, dwarf avocado. Growing avocados in pots is a little like growing green gold, slow, steady, and incredibly rewarding. It's not just about the fruit, it's about nurturing something that matures into abundance year after year. According to the University of California Avocado Lab, 2023, dwarf varieties such as Wurtz, also known as Little Cato, thrive in 20 to 25 gallon containers. These compact cultivars are self-pollinating and perfectly suited for patios, balconies, or sunrooms. Start with a well-draining mix of coarse sand and compost, and make sure the pot has excellent drainage. Avocados dislike wet feet, so let the top inch of soil dry between waterings. Keep them in bright, indirect sunlight, and if you live in a cooler climate, bring the plant indoors before temperatures drop below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Patience is key. You'll wait 3 to 4 years for your first full harvest, but once it begins, the rewards last for decades. A mature tree can produce 20 to 30 avocados per year, each one smooth, buttery, and chemical-free. At $2, 3 per fruit in stores. That's roughly $90 worth of produce annually, every year for 20 or more years. And unlike many trees, your investment grows more generous with time. The older the avocado, the richer its fruiting cycle becomes, a living legacy in a pot. There's something deeply fulfilling about slicing into a creamy avocado you nurtured yourself. It's the flavor of patience, of seasons well spent. If the avocado teaches patience and longevity, the next fruit tree brings immediacy and delight, one that rewards you with sweetness in a matter of months, not years. Crop number 6, strawberries. Strawberries are pure happiness in plant form, bright, fragrant, and fast to reward you. For small space gardeners, they're the perfect bridge between beauty and productivity. The USDA Berry Productivity Report, 2022, found that ever-bearing strawberry varieties grown in containers can produce fruit for 6 to 8 months per year, from spring through late fall. That means nearly 3 seasons of fresh, homegrown sweetness. Start with a 12-inch wide pot or hanging basket filled with nutrient-rich, well-draining soil. Keep it evenly moist, not soaked, and feed every few weeks with a balanced fertilizer. Replace plants every 2 to 3 years, using the runners, those baby plant offshoots, from your healthiest specimens to propagate new ones. Each container can yield up to 3 pounds of fruit per season, which is enough for smoothies, desserts, or simply eating them sun-warmed straight off the stem. And if you want to maximize space, try vertical stacking planters. They turn a single square foot into a wall of berries. The first ripe strawberry you pick yourself will stop you in your tracks, sweet, fragrant, and fleeting, like a memory of summer itself. If strawberries feed your sense of joy, the next fruit feeds your strength, a centuries-old symbol of endurance that thrives where others struggle. Crop number 7, pomegranate. For over 4,000 years, the pomegranate has symbolized life, abundance, and endurance. Today, dwarf varieties make it possible to grow this ancient treasure right on your patio. According to the Texas A&M Drought Tolerance Study, 2022, pomegranates are built for resilience. Their dense, fibrous roots allow them to withstand dry spells and intense heat, making them ideal for busy gardeners or hot climates. Plant dwarf types like Nana or State Fair in a 15 to 20-gallon container filled with coarse, well-draining soil. Water weekly during summer, then reduce frequency in cooler months. After harvest, prune lightly to maintain shape and encourage fresh growth. Expect 15 to 30 fruits per year, vibrant, ruby-red globes packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, and history. Each one cracks open like a treasure chest, revealing seeds that sparkle like jewels. A pomegranate in a pot is more than a plant. It's a living metaphor. Beauty born from endurance, sweetness forged through hardship. If pomegranates embody resilience, the next fruit tree offers indulgence, a taste of luxury that fits right into a modest space. Crop number 8, dwarf peach. There's a kind of summer luxury that money can't buy. The moment you bite into a sun-warmed peach, juice running down your chin from a tree you nurtured yourself. The sweetness is richer, the aroma deeper, because it carries the satisfaction of patience and care. According to the University of Georgia Horticulture Study, 2021, dwarf peach varieties such as Bonanza and El Dorado can produce full-size fruit on trees that grow no taller than 6 feet. These compact wonders are perfect for patios, porches, or small backyards. To grow them, choose a 15 to 18-gallon container with excellent drainage and nutrient-rich soil. Keep them in full sun, water regularly, and prune once a year to maintain shape. The key secret? Thin your fruit early. When baby peaches begin forming, remove about half. This simple act concentrates the tree's energy into fewer, larger, and sweeter fruits. A healthy dwarf peach can yield 20 to 40 peaches per season, translating into roughly $60 to $100 worth of premium organic fruit. But the true value is beyond money. It's in the connection you feel when harvesting something perfectly ripe and fragrant from your own space. There's pride in that sweetness, proof that even the smallest garden can produce moments of indulgence and beauty. If peaches represent the taste of abundance, the next fruit tree embodies innovation, a modern twist on the ancient art of growing food in small spaces. Crop number 9, columnar apple. Imagine apples growing upward instead of outward, neat, vertical, and efficient. Columnar apple trees are nature's answer to the modern gardener's dream. an orchard that fits anywhere. The Cornell Apple Architecture Study, 2022, revealed that these unique trees possess a natural genetic mutation that suppresses side branching, forcing fruit to grow tightly along a single upright stem. This makes them ideal for containers or narrow garden strips. Plant columnar varieties like North Pole or Golden Sentinel in 15-gallon pots filled with well-draining soil. They thrive in full sun and prefer consistent watering. For best yields, grow 2 varieties for cross-pollination. Expect 15 to 25 crisp apples per tree each season, perfect for eating fresh or storing through the winter. Their compact shape also makes it easy to inspect for pests, prune gently, and harvest without ladders. What you get isn't just convenience, it's transformation. A balcony becomes an orchard. A single pot becomes a statement of innovation meeting tradition. If apples bring order and ingenuity to your garden, the final crop adds something different, a taste of the tropics right in your living room. Crop number 10, dwarf banana. At first, the idea of growing bananas in a pot sounds like fantasy, until you cut your first homegrown bunch and realize it's entirely possible. Dwarf bananas turn even the smallest patio into a slice of the tropics, filling your space with lush leaves and exotic energy. According to the University of Hawaii Tropical Plant Research, 2023, compact cultivars such as Super Dwarf Cavendish thrive in containers, producing full-size fruit within 18 to 24 months when provided at least 12 hours of light daily. They're living proof that tropical abundance doesn't require a tropical climate. Choose a 20 to 25-gallon container filled with rich, compost-based soil. Keep the environment consistently warm between 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit and ensure steady moisture. Bananas love humidity. Once a stem produces fruit, cut it back to the base. New shoots, called pups, will emerge to continue the cycle. A single plant can yield 50 to 100 bananas per harvest cycle, turning your porch or sunroom into a miniature plantation. The broad, glossy leaves double as decor, creating the feeling of a private paradise even in cooler regions. And when that first bunch ripens, when you peel a banana that grew beneath your own window, it's more than a fruit. It's joy, color, and accomplishment rolled into one. If the banana represents tropical delight, the next section explains the science behind why all these container trees thrive so beautifully, even in the smallest of spaces. Why container fruit trees thrive. The USDA Urban Horticulture Division, 2023, reports that modern dwarf and semi-dwarf rootstocks are genetically designed for compact growth, forming efficient root systems that adapt perfectly to container environments while maintaining full fruit production. Research from the Cornell Controlled Environment Study shows that containers help regulate soil temperatures and minimize exposure to soil-borne diseases, improving overall tree health and longevity. Meanwhile, the UC Davis Sustainability Report, 2023, found that container-grown fruit trees, with controlled watering and nutrient cycles, achieved 30% higher fruit quality scores, richer flavor, stronger aroma, and better texture, compared to their in-ground counterparts. In short, container growing isn't a downgrade, it's evolution. It's the blending of horticultural science with modern living, abundance reimagined for the compact world. 10 trees, figs, lemons, cherries, blueberries, avocados, strawberries, pomegranates, peaches, apples, and bananas, each one proof that abundance doesn't require acres of soil, just curiosity and care. The National Gardening Association, 2023, found that gardeners over 55 who grow edible plants in containers experience 35% higher life satisfaction, thanks to the physical activity, creativity, and calm that daily tending brings. So this year, skip the sprawling garden plans. Start with a single pot and a single tree. Watch how a bit of sunlight and patience turn that container into a source of beauty, nourishment, and renewal. Because in gardening, as in life, every small space holds infinite potential. It's never too late or too limited to grow something extraordinary.